Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this talk, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's been stuck in a cycle of procrastination lately. Trust me, they'll thank you later. Today's topic is simple, powerful, and a little bit uncomfortable. Boredom can make you productive. Yes, the very thing you've been avoiding might be the secret to finally getting things done. Let's get straight into it. We live in a world that is absolutely terrified of boredom. The moment there's silence, we reach for something. The phone, the remote, the snack, the screen. We've become experts at avoiding even 5 minutes of nothingness. But here's the thing. When you're constantly stimulating your brain, you give it no space to think, no space to want, no space to initiate action. And the result? You procrastinate the things that matter. You delay, you scroll, you say, "I'll do it later," again and again. Now, here's a truth you won't hear often. If you want to break that cycle, you need to get bored. On purpose. When you get bored, your brain looks for meaning. Boredom isn't bad. It's your brain saying, "I'm not being used meaningfully right now. Let me find something that matters." But instead of letting that boredom do its job, we kill it instantly, with distractions. And what happens? The energy you could have used to do the thing you've been avoiding, writing that email, finishing that article, making that call, building that project, it gets used up in useless activity. But when you stop feeding yourself distractions and sit in boredom, your mind starts searching for something valuable to do. That's the key. Boredom becomes pressure. That pressure becomes momentum. And soon you're doing the very thing you've been avoiding for days. If this is clicking for you already, take a moment to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Let's build a space where discomfort leads to action. Try this. The next time you're procrastinating, do absolutely nothing. Let me repeat that. When you're procrastinating, instead of opening YouTube, instead of scrolling through Instagram, instead of checking your email for the 50th time, sit down and do absolutely nothing. No phone, no music, no entertainment, just you and your brain. Set a timer for 10 minutes if you need to. No distractions, no stimulation, just silence. Stillness, boredom. At first, it'll be uncomfortable. You'll want to grab something, you'll feel restless, but if you sit through it, just 10 to 15 minutes, something magical happens. Your brain starts saying, "You know what, I might as well do that thing I've been putting off." That's your brain craving meaningful engagement, and once that switch flips, you're no longer forcing productivity. It becomes natural. Boredom resets your brain. You know what overstimulation does? It drains your focus, it scatters your mind. It makes everything feel harder than it actually is. But boredom is a mental reset. It's like clearing your browser tabs. Suddenly there's room again. Room for clarity, room for intention, room for movement. You stop chasing stimulation, and your brain finally gets still enough to prioritize what actually matters. That is when productivity comes back. Here's what you can do today. This works, and it's simple. If there's something you've been putting off, a task, a call, a deadline, a workout, do this. 1. Put your phone in another room. Don't silence it. Don't keep it nearby. Remove it completely. 2. Sit on your chair, or lie down. Doesn't matter. Just don't do anything. 3. Set a timer for 15 minutes. 4. Let yourself feel bored. Let your mind wander. Let the discomfort rise. 5. Wait. Now watch what happens. Your brain will resist. It'll scream for distraction. But if you sit through it, you'll get to a point where the idea of doing that task finally feels like relief. Because doing something is better than doing nothing. That's the exact space where productivity starts. You didn't need motivation. You didn't need another planner. You didn't need a podcast. You just needed to be bored long enough to let your brain guide you back to purpose. If you found this simple technique valuable, hit that like button right now. It tells me you want more real talk like this. Procrastination feeds on comfort. Boredom breaks that comfort. The reason we don't do the hard things is because we're always too comfortable. Comfortable in stimulation, comfortable in distraction, comfortable in our excuses. But boredom is uncomfortable, and that's good, because discomfort leads to action. The moment you're sick of your own thoughts, you'll move, you'll write, you'll create, you'll finally start. The task didn't change. You did. Boredom brings urgency. When you strip away all your options, no screen, no snacks, no noise, you realize you can't just sit there forever. So what happens? You finally say, "Fine, let me just do it." And that is when real work begins. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's real. And real is what gets results. Important reminder: boredom is not wasted time. Most people treat boredom like wasted time, but it's not. It's preparation, it's tension, it's the spark before the ignition. You know those moments when you've been scrolling all day and you say, "Where did the time go?" That's wasted time. But those 15-20 minutes of doing absolutely nothing, those are investment minutes. You're creating space for action. Final thoughts. We've been taught that to be productive, we need to be busy. We need to be inspired, we need to feel motivated. But sometimes we just need to get bored. Bored enough to act. Bored enough to stop scrolling. Bored enough to start living with intention again. So if you're stuck, if you've been putting things off, if your energy is scattered, try this. Do nothing. Breathe through the boredom, let it build, and watch what happens. You'll rise, not because you forced yourself to, but because your brain wanted to move forward. It just needed the space. So the next time you're procrastinating, don't reach for your phone, reach for your boredom. It just might be the trigger you've been waiting for. If this talk helped you shift your mindset, even just a little, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with one person who needs to hear this today. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, get bored, get uncomfortable, and watch what that silence teaches you.